So we were talking about expanding the reach of the podcast, actually including mid in the podcast, rebranding, because the issues that we talk about that have to do with moms and being good parents and working and being professionals is not just gender specific. And so I feel like being able to get a male perspective and being able to actually bring awareness and talk about certain things that both parents are dealing with when it comes to being a working parent, being a high achieving, owning a business, like those emotions, like mom guilt isn't just specifically something that moms experience. Like it's something that men experience as well. So
actually, now I'll take it. I think it's, labeling it, oh, mom guilt. Like, there's a lot of narrative around mom guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't really hear about men's. Because you're looked at as talking about just to get another side of information, perspective.
Right.
When you say mom guilt, it's not even specific. The things that people are struggling with, like, oh, I should be a good parent. Oh, I should be a fantastic at my job. Oh, I should make all the money. Oh, I should have the perfect family. Oh, I should have the beautiful house. Oh, I should have the nice car. Oh, I should be able to have a great social network of friends. Oh, I should, be strong and determined.
Lots of shoulds in there.
Yes. And it's like when we fall short of that, we're guilty. Nothing to do with a mom or a dad.
Yeah. So why do you feel like women are able to identify it as mom guilt, but men have no definition of what it is?
Well, what's your definition of mom guilt?
Well, mom guilt is feeling like you are underperforming or you're not giving the same areas of your life to the level that you want.
What areas specifically does mom guilt categorize under?
I think mom guilt, can fall literally under life just in general.
All right, let's forget generalities. For you,
for me,
what is mom guilt?
So when I have the most mom guilt, mine has to do more with being very professionally driven and wanting to achieve at a high level from a professional standpoint. I'm explaining. Perform at a professional standpoint, and then when I am distracted, even during times that I'm spending with my kids, because I feel like I need to be performing for work, and I'm not giving them the undivided attention that I would like to, because my mind is preoccupied. So that's primarily when I have as much mom guilt. For me, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a mom to two little ones, because they are constantly wanting me, and I feel the need that work is constantly needing me as well in order to grow and to be able to provide the things that I want for my family. But my mind is distracted, and so I feel guilty when my mind is distracted. What I need to provide for my family is making sure, of course, our basic needs are met. But my high-achieving brain is not satisfied with that. Like, my children's basic needs are met, but just the basic needs being met. It's like, I want to have experience with my kids. I want to be able to show up to a school event in the middle of the day and be able to take that time out to do that with them, which means that I have to perform at a certain level and be able to provide that type of life, like, for myself, that I want to be able to have for my family.
We're already doing that.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
We're already doing that.
Thank you so much. We're already taking cash or cards.
Rubies.
I'm sorry?
Rubies?
No, cash. I like cash. All right.
We we're already doing that, but I feel like this sense of still like I need certainty and security, and those are all things that are part of like my values and me personally that is really hard to get when you're also an entrepreneur.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Sure. Certainty and security are not in the same ballpark as entrepreneurship.
No, not at all.
They're completely,
It's totally opposite.
The polar opposite.
Yeah.
So
I've had to really work on that within myself, is being okay with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not the...
I constantly have to work on that. Like that's my own stuff. All right, let's get back on topic. So
you said mom. So back on topic is you're just like, oh, I want to be able to go to a thing with my kids and blah 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 blah.
No, the guilt comes from
that
not giving my kids this full like focus also, because I am career driven. And I think that's a lot of like career-driven women. But I feel like
you guys have a good one.
Thank you. I feel like this is something that men do with. They are very professionally driven, but then they're not as present like for their kids or their family, or short, or not home for dinner. And they may or may not feel some sort of way about it.
We have a very I'm home for dinner every night.
What is it?
I said I'm home for dinner every night.
You're home for dinner every night, but our schedules are completely different. Like we have very different dynamics because we run a business together and have to manage taking care of 2 kids together that are little and at home still. So like that means switching up.
So do you think that people should definitely stop trying to fit everything into a specific box to pursue ideals and happiness and blah blah blah, because a lot of things can be very circumstantial. Everything, like I said, I want to say this what you said.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
It's the top left.
Oh.
I have one headphone.
I think it's very circumstantial. And like, I think that you have an ideal, and you're saying a lot of the things that you want to pursue. But hey, what I'm hearing is like, number one, we're already doing that, and then you're like, yeah, but. And then the other thing is like, yeah, I would like for this to happen, you're on another ideal scenario. I'm like, well, we have that too, but we're not doing it. I think where a lot of your and or other female dilemmas are is they're trying to fill 2 roles. A feminine role, a masculine role. I want to be high professional, working in supermom. I don't know anyone who can do that. I don't know one woman that's...
I think you don't know any woman that does it, but doesn't feel guilty for it.
Yep. I don't know that either.
Okay, so what about men?
That are high performing in business but suck at everything else?
No, that are high performing in business and that also give to their kids.
Few.
That are present.
Very little.
You know few, or you don't think that like that exists?
No, it exists. Very few.
Okay, so how does that balance exist? Okay. Well, I'm looking for
I think
you.
that's kind
If
of
you feel like you have the
that's
balance,
kind
I
of
want to
I
know.
think that's kind of the point of the perspective, but it's really, really interesting nowadays. It's like the whole, when we say nowadays, it's like how people want to go down the rabbit hole of like feminism and like women trying to like dominate business and corporate, whatever, entrepreneur, and this and that, and like still trying to dominate being a mother. That is.
I got something to say here about. It's like we're identifying it as like with feminine roles and masculine roles. So does a man have to be feminine in order to show up as a good father, as a good parent? Like, does that make them feminine? I feel like you're identifying masculine and feminine as masculine is, so for women, I feel like you're identifying masculine is very professionally driven, and this feminine role is like showing up as a nurturing mother. So for men, does that mean that a man has to be feminine to be nurturing?
Man doesn't have to be.
Okay, so why are we identifying it as feminine and masculine? Like for a woman? Like, can't she just be feminine? Like, can she not just totally own being a powerful female? And
Being
show
powerful,
her kids?
being powerful and feminine are complete opposites.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Do you disagree?
You have to have an answer. Like, if you think it's completely,
You're describing. I think it's
opposite.
completely opposite.
Okay, so why?
They're completely different things. Being feminine is not being powerful.
Why not?
I don't know. This is
Come up
what do
with
you mean?
if you did know.
Being okay, when I think of feminine, I think of somebody who is nurturing, caring. What's the name, Mike? Knows her gender role.
Hey Gerber, can I get a couple of sides of sausage?
And you can't be powerful and be nurturing and caring and know.
What's powerful? Powerful. What do you mean powerful?
Well, that's why I want to know your definition.
Well, I want to know your.
You don't
You want to know
think
my.
that
You want to know
don't
my
think that
definition of
they can-
feminine.
No,
I want
I
to
said
know
I
your
wanna know
definition.
your
No.
definition of powerful.
I want to know your definition of powerful.
Confident, you take ownership, you are certain in yourself. To me, that's powerful.
Okay, so that has nothing to do with.
Hey, that's all you need.
So I think you can
That's
be
all you
a
need.
powerful, feminine woman. Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right,
You asked
but-
my opinion.
Right. That's what I wanted to like to know is like why can't being powerful of being a woman, a feminine?
No, because powerful women are equal to men.
Okay, so what's the definition of like
What's the definition or my
no?
definition?
What is your definition of a man that is also very present and nurturing and caring for his family?
What's my definition of very present, nurturing?
For his family, like if you had to give it a word, because like obviously that's
What's a
not-
man's job to do?
What is it?
I don't know. I don't feel like my nurturing is like take care of keep safe. Yes. Keep safe.
Keep safe, so protector. Yeah.
My job.
Of nurturing.
Oh, it's okay. It's like, oh, it's okay. It's not that. I don't think that's. I wouldn't consider that nurturing. Like, I'm not good at it. I don't know. Someone may be good at it. I'm not good at it. Oh, it's okay. And things like that.
So nurturing for you almost seems like it has like this like modeling effect. Like
Nurturing
you
is
can't
not. Yeah, to nurture. What's your definition of nurturing? Like, what does that mean? What's your definition? Now you ask me mine. Now what's your definition of nurturing?
Do you think that
Time out. Answer
that
the question.
men and like
I'm
that
not going
men
to answer the
and
question
spouses
until you answer the question.
like to
What's
be
your definition? I'm not going to answer the question.
nurturing is caring. I agree that it's protecting. It's caring, it's protecting, it's being able to be emotionally available.
I would agree.
So that's my definition of nurturing. But now, even
Emotionally
from the other side of things, it's like I feel like men need to be nurtured, like in a relationship. Yeah. Do you think that women need to be nurtured in a relationship? So why aren't men nurturing?
We're talking about women and we're talking about children.
We're also talking about relationships. Like this
We're all over
is
the place.
relationship dynamic.
No, how the hell are we getting relationship dynamics? We're talking about raising kids. We are all
we're
over. it.
talking.
It's not going well.
We're talking.
It's not
about,
going well.
This is a great conversation.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm not saying it's not a great conversation.
This
It
is
started off as
relationship
parents, and now we're in relationships. What the hell? What are we going to talk about? Relationship dynamics or parenting dynamics?
Okay.
Are we talking about
We're
masculine
talking
energy,
about
feminine
family dynamics, which includes
children?
children.
But we're talking that has,
relationship
but that has
as a
multiple
couple.
topics. It has multiple
Yeah,
topics.
it does. So we're
Right.
like kind of like dabbling in each of them.
And then one that that's what I'm saying. We need to pinpoint what we're talking about, discussing. Are we talking about nurturing our children? Are we talking about nurturing each other?
So how we started this conversation
And then are we talking
was
about
talking about getting a man's perspective even on the podcast.
this is how confused. Where's the camera on this side? This is why it's very challenging for relationships when you're not on the same page. You need to work at this. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work and a lot of communication, and it won't be easy.
Relationships take a lot of work.
Parenting takes a lot of work.
Parenting takes a lot
Like
of
it's
work.
a lot of work. So
Partners in
if you're looking for an
business takes
easy-
extra work.
that's what I'm saying. It's like other people, it's like we're trying to put our situation.
Other people are in this situation though.
Yeah, a minority of them.
It's
So
like,
I don't. I was like, that's why it's so interesting, is because like it's very situational.
everything is very situational.
What about the families that I know? This is a tangent, but I just want to throw it out there. Curveball. What about the families whose fathers are out in the middle of the Gulf Coast working on oil rigs 6 months out of the year?
Yeah. Well, it'd be the same as like military families.
No, exactly.
I mean,
Things are, and that's the thing. Like, people try to like, this is the way you're supposed to be. How much? Maybe.
Everybody has different dynamics, but I think that this of what even started this conversation was just like being able to realize that it's like men struggle with similar things that women do, women struggle with similar things that men do.
We're talking about guilt in the world.
And it's like both genders can experience this similar type of emotions and being able to break these narratives that have to go along with having emotion.
I agree with you that yeah, the emotions are the same. Now what triggers it is different.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think a lot of that stuff is situational, so there's a lot of other variables that happen, but like when you don't feel good enough, you don't feel, it's not feelings of inadequacy, feelings of not being appreciated, feelings of when you're experiencing mom guilt, how would you describe what you're feeling? Guilt, what else?
When I'm experiencing mom guilt, I feel the other emotional words that tie into that would be your feelings of inadequacy, frustration, because I haven't figured it out, right? It's
Figured what out?
We're all trying to figure it out constantly and in different phases of life, and just being able to recognize that we all go through different phases of life, that it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to feel shameful. It's okay to feel guilty. It's okay to have highs and lows. And realize like you're human. That's okay. I'm so guilty of it, of having this. I need to perform at this peak level all the time in all aspects of my life. Like as a partner.
I don't.
I do.
Not at all times.
Yeah, mine's pretty much all the time.
I don't think mine's all time. So I want to do it consistently and consecutively for a long duration. But all time,
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned because we're going to end up having more of these just
We're all over the
coffee day
place.
breakfast conversations, but I think this is great. Like, this is totally like real talk. This is the conversations that people are
I like
couples.
I like the authenticity.
Yeah, it's all like I literally
don't have
feel
to
like my
agree on
podcasts
everything.
are all about authenticity. Like, be authentic, have conversation. These are conversations that you can have like with your partner in order to get on the same page, to tap into each other's emotions and minds. As much as it seems like we're arguing in this, like this is literally building connection and it's stimulating each of us.
One thing, my favorite thing about this was like when we first met, one of the things that was like there's toxicity everywhere. Like that's not fair. And but what I told her was like not only this like stimulating like from a sexual,
A physical standpoint.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was very stimulating sexually. That sounds
Intellectually. Yeah.
I gotta get to the second point. where it's
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Let's not get stuck on the sexual part.
I was very stimulated intellectually, and that was the thing that was we could have a conversation like this.
Maybe that'll be our next thing of even being able to talk together because I think for healthy relationships, and we're like, okay, relationship dynamics is kind of where I'm going with this, is like to have somebody that when you talk about having a healthy relationship and having like keeping your relationship sizzling and alive, like you can have stimulating conversations. You can be sexually stimulated by somebody, intellectually stimulated by somebody, and to being able to communicate more, have more conversations, like and being able to challenge each other, to step out of your comfort zone, and like to have to branch out.
I think
Yeah. Stay tuned.